Greetings, Sangha, wherever you are, joining us either live on YouTube this morning, this afternoon, whatever your time zone may be, or if you might be listening afterwards. Warm greetings. Absolutely delighted that you're joining us, and I'm delighted to be joining you. My name is Nikki Mrigafori, and I'm one of the teachers at the Inside Meditation Center in Redwood City. And it's wonderful to be joining such a wonderfully formed Sangha while we support Gil in enjoying nature. As he mentioned, he's backpacking in the Sierras this week. So I'm delighted to be supporting the Sangha this week. So for the theme for this week, I wanted to invite us to explore what are taught to be the five, what are taught by the Buddha as the five reflections, five daily reflections. And these are five reflections that the Buddha recommended for monks and lay people the same. As you know, many of the teachings are just primarily for the monks, but the five reflections are for both us lay people as well as monks and nuns. The fourfold Sangha, as it is said. So these five reflections are supposed to be done every day, all five. And I figured, let us actually sink into each one of them during the 5 days of this week. We'll start with the first one today. And I'll speak about it afterwards, give it a little dharma about the first one primarily. And the way we will do this reflection, because these are reflections, the way we will do it is we will drop in this reflection when we are settled. And actually, that's another thing I'd like to invite you as a way to relate to how recollections and reflections are to be practiced. Perhaps one way to be practiced is to first just get settled with the breath, with the body, and when there is a level of spaciousness, there is a certain level of stability and calm, then this reflection is dropped into the body, as I will emphasize in the guidance, as if you were dropping a pebble or rock in the body and letting it reverberate, not thinking about it, but dropping it into the body and seeing what arises, listening, really deeply listening and letting the reflection reverberate through you and letting it move you. So these reflections, recollections are not to really to create a lot of mental chatter or to think about, but to drop them in when there's a level of silence and stability and let them move you. And then we'll explore together afterwards. So the first reflection, as many of you know, has to do with aging, with this body, that we're all subject to aging. We have not gone beyond aging. It's a very visceral, physical reflection. So without further ado, I'd like to invite you to settle into your seat, chair, if you need to move to be comfortable. This is the perfect time to do that. And landing. Landing landing in this human body, in this moment in time. Arriving. Arriving. Each moment a new arrival into this moment, into this body. And know that you might begin again and again many times. No problem. Arriving, landing the humanness of this body into your bones. Connecting with the bones, the hardness, the earth element. Sense of solidity, stability. And landing, really allowing your awareness to connect with all the touch points where your bottom, your sit bones connect to the cushion, connect to the earth, feeling your seat of stability and groundedness. And feeling, really sensing, opening up to the sensations of your feet and your legs, connecting to the earth. Waking up. Waking up to the body. Awake, alert, sensing, connected. And inviting the breath to move freely through this body, however it wants to move, whether deep or shallow breath, not a problem. Letting the breath the air element be received. Be received in the body that's connected to the earth and is soft and relaxed. The sense of fluidity, as if the water element moving through the body, relaxing, softening, flowing. And letting each breath, each in-breath, each out-breath, as it is received, just receiving the breath. This body knows how to breathe. Notice I'm not suggesting that you breathe, because we don't want to make it into a project. Instead, receiving the breath, however it happens. You've been breathing all these years, all this time, without any intentionality. So allow awareness to be relaxed and soft, rooted, landed in the body, and opened up to receive the breath. As if you receive a dear friend who visits you with the same openness, delight, care, and curiosity. We're settling, arriving every moment, tilling the soil to drop in the reflection in a little bit. Now I would like to invite you, if you wish, to drop in this reflection into your body as if dropping a pebble into a pond, letting it reverberate in your body, listening to see what arises, maybe something, maybe nothing. But it's not to be thought about in this way of reflecting. So staying connected to the body, receiving the breath perhaps in the abdomen. And now dropping this pebble, this reflection in the abdomen too. And the reflection is, just like everyone, I am of the nature to age. I am subject to aging. I have not gone beyond aging. It is inevitable. And if you find that the mind is engaged in rumination and thinking and worrying, simply noticing what's happening. Perhaps in this moment, softening the body, offering up the ruminations and allowing the awareness to be landed, arrived in the body, receiving the breath. I'd like to invite us to drop in the reflection one more time. Dropping it in the body. Receiving it like the breath. Just like everyone else. I am of the nature to age. I am subjected to aging. I have not gone beyond aging. It is inevitable. Again, receiving, just receiving, not ruminating. Breathing with the reflection. As we drop in this reflection, to notice what arises, opening up to the truth of impermanence. With stability, and grace. And also the appreciation of any vitality that is felt right now. The level of vitality that is perceived can be known through the movement of the breath, for example. Knowing that our vitality will change, does change, has changed. The time is short. And how do we want to live our lives? How do we intend to show up? For ourselves, for our loved ones, for the world. How can we align our lives, our actions, with our intentions so that our vitality can be of service, can express the goodness within us to benefit self and the world?